Um, let me thank Mark Klaus from Campbell's Soup for sponsoring the event. And you all know their company's in Camden. They've stayed in Camden. They've been in Camden, and they support this city and Southern Jersey. And then Brian McCarty and Bruce Drake from Malone's. Think about that. So they sponsor this, pay money. And what is the benefit? Like, the Malones they have in town here. No. Or the Drakes they have in town. No. Do you have an OBC here? But to support the basketball program, they step up and say, hey, we're here for you. So Brian's here. Bruce has got to be golfing somewhere in the South. I don't know where he is, but appreciate you guys. And he did have the best seats in the house, but he deserved them. So questions on the game?
John, how do you think you guarded coming out for the last game?
You can answer that. I mean, here was the biggest thing. We missed a lot of shots today that could have been assisted, but we passed the ball to each other. One of our goals was, I know this seems like, what? Pass the ball just to pass it. Not to make an assist, just pass it to pass it. And how about this? Someone may do it to you. And then we all look good again. We still, I got some guys that have to make the absolute hardest play they could try to make. And they all they make it 1 out of 4. 25% of the time something good happens. The other 3 are turnovers and breakouts for the other team. Hopefully when we hit February, that won't be the case. But the kids fought today. And let me say this. I told Steve, I said, Coach, I woke up at 4 this morning worried about this game. Every time I watch tape, they're making 25 threes. They're jacking balls. They're back cutting. And I think we had a fairly good game plan of what we had to do. But it doesn't matter. They run their stuff. It's a Princeton offense. And it's his wrinkle to it, though, so it's not all Princeton. And all I can tell you is, he, one, is a terrific coach and a good guy. He did remind me we played against each other. He was at Randolph-Macon. I was at Clarion. Wow. Who you think got beat? I did, by the way. But he was a terrific player, too, by the way. Go ahead.
Did you expect Aaron to have that type of performance so quickly? Has he looked that comfortable in practice?
Yeah. And somebody told me to sub him, and I'm like, are you out of your mind? Are you watching this? So, but he needed to come out some. And it also, who rebounded better with him in the game?
Trey.
Yeah. Because now Trey's not having to, beat down he lets Aaron do that. But both of these guys. I'm going to say something about both of them. What DJ gives this team is a toughness. Are you ready for this statement? Because I've watched him. Will to win. He's not afraid that we're going to lose. We're not thinking about losing. We got a will to win. He leads our team. He talks like he's a senior. He gathers them and he builds their confidence because of what he says to them. And now he's getting more consistent and doing all the other stuff. Defensively today, he did a heck of a job. And like you said, Aaron coming in and, before the last game, he practiced one day. And then we played him because the doc said you could play him. Great, he's in. And today, he did some stuff that, how about block a shot to take, now you drive, he may be in there. So, but Adut did his thing. I mean, Justin did his thing. Reed and, here, let me give you one other thing about Antonio, and I said it to the team. The best thing that happened is he missed all those open shots. Now I need to know, can you now make a play? And he did. He drove baseline. He made a floater. He had a tip-in on DJ's up and under scoop, lefty throw, and Antonio tipped it in. And then he made the 3 that basically ended the game. Now, he hadn't done that before. So it was a big thing for him, too.
John, you
You guys learned how to play small all summer. Aaron gives you a totally different dynamic. Where do you see that headed?
I have no idea right now. But all we did was we put Trey, who did not, he usually makes shots, did not make a shot. And we were putting him in ball screens, and if we want to do stuff with Trey, we'll do it where he handles the ball, kind of like Spinoza does for them, the same. And Aaron, what he did was a great job of screening and then rolling hard, and these guys found him. And one he kind of weak on, he kind of crumbled in there, but the others he did pretty good.
John, you talked a moment ago about watching, getting ready for this game with the film and showing guys what. Since you had coached against Steve previously, I know it was 13 years ago, but
That was a long time ago.
the way he ran that Cornell team, was there anything?
Was that my first year here?
In the Sweet 16, I think?
Yeah, and he had a hell of a team. He was, yeah, he,
Did anything from back then give you a little extra, no, really, this is what they're going to do when I see them in person?
no, I just watched the tape of this year. My staff said they were going to play zone. They're going to play all zone. And I said, no, because he looks at the numbers. Against zone, we're 1.3. Against man, we're 1.01. So why would you play zone? So I was right again on that one. But the biggest thing you have to do is if they get into the rhythm in the half court, you're done. You are done. I can't, the LaSalle game, how they lost it. The Maryland Eastern Shore, how they lost it. You understand they should, like, have no losses. And they beat Villanova. Villanova made a late fury, but, flurry of trying to get baskets, but they're good. I'm just happy we're done. We don't have to play, well, we may have to play them again, so let me say, I won't say that, but hopefully that's it.
Aaron, how much did this performance mean to you doing it here in front of so many?
I didn't even see.
It was a real surreal feeling to be back home in front of my family, and especially with my brothers playing with this team. And I was just having fun out there playing.
What was your favorite moment today that you had?
All of them. I didn't really have like everything was my favorite moment, from scoring to getting rebounds to playing with my team.
And you were trying to find your time to get back.
I played him 29 minutes? What the?
And mentally start waiting to get ready to play.
The help of Coach Cal and the staff and my teammates, they just kept me level-headed, and whenever I needed to talk to them, I could always just talk to them, and they always gave great advice and always was there for me.
Anything particularly that stuck out?
Just be me, just play my game and just do what I do.
Cal, outdone them by 10 today. That was obviously
You understand they out-rebound everybody they play.
Yeah. Well, so
They
was
are
that-
out-rebounding everybody by 7. And coming in, we have worked, the last week on blocking out. We invented drills to get them to block out. And when we'd scrimmage, what would happen? Stop. Why did you not block out? So that team there gets 13 offensive rebounds a game. They come. And some of it's because they're long bounces, because they're shooting threes. Us out-rebounding them. So what happened? Now the other guys do their thing, and he can go do what he does. I didn't know I played him 39 minutes. I should have played him 35, but not really. But it's first real game, and I play him 30 minutes. What's wrong? I don't know what I was thinking.
Was that the biggest difference there, is having Aaron on the court? Having him on the court and then freeing up other people to...
You had him on the court, so our ball defense was better. And if there was anything, he could get his hands up, and he plays that kind of game. And then he could reach above. They called a foul on him that was not a foul because he just reached. Well, you're over top of him. Yeah, I'm 7'2". Going to be over top of him. I'm not pushing. So he rebounded that one, and he had about 3 that way. And then, he had a couple others, obviously. And he threw the ball ahead. So this is going to be interesting, us figuring this out, because you're exactly right. I have 2 teams. I have a small team, and now I have a big team. And then when do they play? I went today to the Grind It Out to use clock, and they did well. Robert didn't. He drove baseline and threw his crazy, so he was done with it. Then I went to Antonio, and we did it, and he scored a basket. Now there's 2.5 minutes, and they don't have enough time. So, but him in a pick and roll, I haven't done, he wants to pop some because he thinks he can shoot threes. So I'm like, you're rolling to the basket. But there may be a point where he goes and gets 20 rebounds and 7 blocks, and we'll pop him and let him shoot some threes.
When Penn cut the lead down to 2 early in the second half, what did you say in that timeout?
What did I say in that timeout?
Just keep playing.
We weren't matched down.
Yeah.
We were not, so they're just coming up, throwing it to an open man for a three. And then offensively, I'm like, here's the shots we started the half with. And that's, I hate to tell you, the shots we have started the last few games with, which are like, they're low percentage shots. Why would you do that? So, but I got a great, I'm just telling you, this guy, whatever I say to do, he does. And can I just say it? That moment, he does it. Trying to get him to shoot the ball a little bit higher, so he's worked on it. Trying to get him to cut hard, he does it. And this guy, I know he wants to play, and he's trying to prove himself. I want to have a whole team of guys trying to prove themselves. That's when you're good. The guy that didn't play today because of his minutes was Jordan Burks, and he's played well all season. So that's somebody I'm going to have to sit down. Now, I also moved him to the 3, so he's in heaven because he was playing 4 and 5. Playing 5, he's not a 5, he's a 3. Now I'm moving him to there. He was so happy, almost broke his hand. His hand was swelled like that, and he still practiced. He said, man, I'm practicing. I'm finally playing the 3. I'm out here. But he'll get time with this group. He will.
Can you talk about this whole experience playing this game at the Wells Fargo Center today?
What's that?
Can you talk about this whole experience having the game at the Wells Fargo Center today?
These guys have been in here watching the 76ers, and somebody called the radio show and said, why not the Palestra? Now, I've coached in the Palestra a bunch, and I love the Palestra because I had to play there. We were in our tournament. But if the choice was there, getting beat, and those rims there are like sewers. If you hit it on the rim, it's going in. And then you also get the knees in your back. Do they still have that there? The fans
A little
behind?
nicer now than it used to be.
It's what?
It's nicer now than it used to be. Slightly.
So you don't have knees in your back
Not
anymore?
as much.
I asked the guy, God, can you slide back, man? You got knees in my back. Did they fix the chalkboards in the visitors' locker room?
That haven't been in there in eons, but the benches have more room than they used to.
Well, how about the chalkboard? It didn't hold chalk. No, I'm not lying. In the middle of the chalkboard, it didn't hold chalk. You had to write your game plan around, and that's why I always bring a board now. I bring my own board so I don't have to go nuts that's because of the Palestra. It's a great venue, maybe one of the greatest to play in. And I'd go back there and watch a game there. I don't think I'd want to bring my team there, though.
It was great. Just as y'all can see how he played, it plays a big factor in our team. So it was just fun just to be out there with him. We was all happy to be out there with him again. Just the way he plays and how hard he plays, he made the game a lot easier for all of us.
Was making it specifically for you, though, having your history with them?
Yeah, you could say that. Just from playing with him before, we kind of got like a good connection just from being on the court together before. So it felt, in a way, it's just like riding a bike. Once he was back out there, it was comfortable.
TJ, I know you were talking yesterday about what it was going to be like to play here.
Mhm.
Now that you have done it, Tyrese Maxey was here and everything, fanfare and stuff like that, what was it like?
It was great. I'm just happy to be back home. With my teammates, just seeing my family and my friends in the stands. It felt great just to be able to play in front of them people again. But most importantly, we got the win. So that was the biggest thing, just getting a win, and that's it, really.
Just one thing with him, he practiced one day with us. Like he hadn't practiced. When he got hurt, he never was in until 1. And I said, I want to start you. And he says, you should start Reed. I said, no, I'm starting you let's make sure you're okay and your leadership and how you play is going to be good for this group. So he did good. They both did good.
John, with Cliff Ellis retiring, you became the all-time winningest active Division I basketball coach. Got another one today. What does that mean?
Who? What did you just say?
With Cliff Ellis retiring,
I talked to Cliff last night. He's a good friend.
you are now the winningest active Division I basketball.
That means I'm old. That's what that means. Cliff Ellis is one of the neatest guys and a hell of a coach now. I saw his Clemson team play Connecticut. Might have been, it was in the NCAA tournament when he had Dell. Did he have Ellis on that team?
Team that Paul George makes the pass.
Yeah, yeah, and Dell, you know. So Cliff he sings, he plays piano, he makes you laugh. He'll call me the year we were struggling. He said, "You got 3 haircuts." What are you talking about? 3 more haircuts and the season's over. You're fine. That's what he said to me, and we bust out laughing. And he told me last night he wrote something down when he was 42 years old, about 14 things he wanted to do. He said, "I'm sending them to you. Wait till you see what I was writing when I was 42. I'm 78. But what he did at Coastal, how do you win at Coastal? I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad school and all that. I'm saying the other programs that you're going against probably have more than you, and he did it. So I invited him to Kentucky. Why don't you come up? I said, if you'd like to coach my team and get a couple more wins, you're welcome to do it. He said he might. He's a good man. He's a good man.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.